Hey guys, it's Dan with the Crayon Brotherhood. And the other day, a friend of mine was messaging me. He's also a fan of the channel and was asking about my camera gear. He was under the impression that I had some kind of crazy expensive camera gear and stuff. And I told him, no man, it's not remotely close to true. I was telling him, because he's looking at getting overlanding. He's building him a rig now. And I was telling him the camera gear I've got is super inexpensive. I've got a GoPro Hero 8, a GoPro Hero 10 with the media mod, which I'm recording on right now. I've got an old Canon T1i. This was probably the most expensive thing that I've got, and it was expensive when I bought it back in 2009. I want to say 9 or 10, but now they're relatively inexpensive. That particular model. I use a gimbal. This is the gimbal you always hear me complaining about, by the way. I do not really recommend it. I'm still trying to find another one. As y'all know, I buy most of my stuff off of like Swap Shop and stuff like that for budget. And I use the Rode wireless go-to mics. I'm not using them right now because I'm making a video. But that's it. I've got some camera mounts that I made, which I'll show y'all here in a minute, and tripods. That's it. That's it. That's all it takes. I mean, you could get away with one GoPro. I use 2. I really would like 3, just for mounting purposes. But that's it. It don't take a lot to get into this, guys. It really... You don't have to break the bank. You don't have to go out and buy the $2,000 and $3,000 cameras and all that. You don't even have to go out and buy the expensive GoPros. I got mine from another friend of mine that used to race all the time and had them. So I got GoPro Hero 10 and the GoPro Hero 8 with the media mod for 150 bucks. The lens on the 8 is cracked. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it don't show up in the video. I'm not sure if that's going to show up or not. And the 10 on the screen on the 10 has got a crack in it. Works great. Matter of fact, this last weekend, they have their pros and cons. I was going to say, I do recommend the 10 over the 8, but we'll get into that in a minute. But you don't have to have any crazy cameras to do this. I very seldom even use this, and when I do, I use it for photos. I don't do any video with it. It's so old, it don't shoot 4K. I don't even think it shoots in 1080. It might, but I take stills with it, and I'm still learning with it. I'm not very good at it. I bought it years ago trying to get into photography and played around with it, and that's actually the only lens I got is the 18 by 55. But photography, I enjoyed it, but it really wasn't my cup of tea. I like the editing side of it, so people would send me photos and I would play with it with Photoshop and stuff like that. But actually taking the shot, I really wasn't my cup of tea. But videoing, I seem to be enjoying. I really have a good time with it. It's a learning curve, the editing software. I'll show you all that in a minute. But it's not bad. It's the editing software too. That's something else that's inexpensive. I'm using the free version of DaVinci Resolve 18 point something, 0.5, 0.3, something like that. And I'm using the free version, not even using the paid version. So you can do this on a budget, guys. I mean, you don't have to go out and spend crazy money on the equipment. So pros and cons, though, as I was going to go over a minute ago, the GoPro Hero 10, I have issues with it overheating. It's a common problem. Everybody knows about it. It's just, I guess it's nature of the beast. And it really done it this last weekend when we went to Hot Springs. It was a warmer day. It was on my dash a lot, and it constantly kept overheating. I kept thinking the batteries were going dead, but I went to checking batteries, And actually what it was, I actually was stopped and cut the camera back on because I knew the battery couldn't be dead, and it said it shut down due to overheating. And so far most of my filming's been done in cooler weather, and it's hadn't had that big of a deal, but apparently it's a big deal with these GoPros, with them overheating. Well, I say GoPros, so far with the 10 it's overheated. The 8, I run it all the time, usually just cut it on and let it go, do its thing, and I didn't have any problems with it overheating the other day. I don't know why it don't, but it doesn't seem to overheat. Now the pro to the GoPro 10 over my 8 is, again, over the weekend we went to Hot Springs. That's why the Jeep's like that. I dropped it on the rocks and I cracked the lens, and until then I was unaware you could even take the lens off the 10, but luckily you can. But with the 8 you can see, again, I don't know if it's going to show up on the camera or not, but there's a little bitty crack right there. It don't show up in the videos, but there is a crack there. You cannot change the lens on the 8s. That is the downside to it. So keep that in mind when you're shopping. The going rate for the 8s, I think, is about 150 bucks, 120 bucks. But I've also found some of the GoPro 10s about 150 bucks to 250, 300. So, I mean, the video quality seems to be really good on both cameras. I can't complain about that at all. It's just the overheating. Luckily it's a cool morning right now. I'm filming. I'm 7 minutes in, and it's getting quite warm. It's probably 65 degrees out here, and the camera's already getting quite warm. But the Rode wireless go-to wireless mics that I've got, when they work, and I'll explain in a minute, when they work, they're great. I really like them. I've had a few little issues out of them, but it could be me. I'm again still learning how to use these things. And I say when they work because I had it on the other day, and I don't know if I was just too far away from it. I had it further down on my shirt, and I don't know if it was too far away, but I was getting some noise interference that kind of made me sound like a robot in certain things. So I'm working on that. And something else they don't tell you, and my fault again, but I think it's more than me out there. I don't read a lot of directions. I get the gist on cutting it on and this, that, and another. But I filmed a video with them the other day when I first got them, and there's a mode on here because there's two mics. So if you've got two people recording, or two people you're interviewing, interviewing somebody, they can both wear one. No big deal. But each one of them set up on their own channel from the factory. I didn't know that. So I filmed, and I was in there editing, and I was only getting sound out of my right ear, and I was like, what in the world is going on here? So I got to looking, and sure enough, there's a setting in here to where each microphone is its own channel. I mean, with the two people talking, that works fine, back and forth, because one's one channel, one's the other channel. You overlay it, not a problem. So be sure, if y'all get these, to look on there how to cut on both channels. You press both buttons for 5 or 8 seconds, something like that, and it'll put one mic on dual audio channels, like normal, so you can hear out of both ears if you're wearing headphones. So other than those things, those have been great, and these are the only things I've paid full price for, other than my Canon, and again, that was 12 years ago, something like that. 14 years ago. If I got it in 10, huh? Wow. So you can do this on a budget, guys. As far as this gimbal though, the Hohem gimbal, I got this one and one for an iPhone for like $100 actually, from the same guy that I got the GoPros from. And The one for the iPhone worked really well. A buddy of mine, Downs, y'all know, he uses it for his phone. But the one for the GoPro, it just, for stationary stuff, when I set up on the side of the road, throw the tripod out, I've got that other square on the bottom here. I'm not sure what the nomenclature is for this thing. And I'll cut it on, I'll set it in the tripod, and I can put the tripod on any angle I want, and it holds the camera level. That side of it works great, but as far as walking around, holding it, and getting it to work right, this thing's just got a mind of its own. And I have played with it and played with it and played with it. You'll be sitting there doing a selfie, just filming with it, and it'll just flip. I'm out, bro. See you. Tired. So I do not recommend these for the GoPro. The one for the iPhone, never had a problem with it. It's synced up to the iPhone. You can control the iPhone, and this is supposed to sync up to your GoPro. Again, I can't get it to do it, so I don't know. But I still use it, like I said, for every now and again. I say every now and again. I do use it quite often as kind of carrying it around. But I just gotta constantly fight with it. But as far as setting up on the side of the road for drive-by shots and stuff like that, it works great. I'll admit that. So that's the biggest reason I still have it. I'll probably end up getting the DJI or another one for it to replace it. But as far as that, I have to say I can just set it up on the side of the road, put it on the tripod. I can put it at all kinds of weird angles, and it will constantly stay level as far as that aspect. And for the most part, I can't complain about that. But as far as just cutting it on, and it probably won't do it today because I'm filming, but yeah, it's actually working right. But yeah, you can put it on the POV mode, be sitting here filming like this, and it'll just, oh, I don't know if y'all can see that. It'll just spin up. You'll be sitting there filming. My biggest complaint with that is that, and depending on the angle you have this at times, oh, there, it started doing it there. It'll just start panning around. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it don't. But again, I can put this in the tripod and set up for a shot. Tripod can be at a nice steep angle or whatever, or forward, and it holds the camera level. So that part of it I can't complain about. Oh, and if you take your camera off with this still on, it goes mad. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it needs the counterbalance to work properly. And you know, actually, now that I mentioned that out loud, that might be some of the problem. The 8 might be too light, because my 10 I never put in there because I use it with the media mod or with these. So, but yeah, guys, that's kind of it on the equipment. I'll show y'all the editing program that I use here in just a second. It's super inexpensive for the most part. I say inexpensive. It's going to depend on your budget. I mean, everybody's term of expensive is different. I call it inexpensive because I can get these GoPros for a couple hundred bucks a piece, and compared to a Sony Alpha, what is that, Mark IV, Mark III, whatever, however they word it, you know, you're looking at $2,500 for a camera body, not even the lenses. Once you get into the glass of it, I mean, lenses are thousands of dollars a piece, and they have their place, don't get me wrong. You're not going to get the shots that those guys get running those. It is what it is. You just got to accept it. But to get started and to enjoy filming and going out and doing, the GoPros are working great. I am not going to lie, I am considering going with the Insta360, the new one that just come out. I've been watching reviews on it. The video quality is fantastic. The photo quality is fantastic. The battery life is great, and they don't seem to be overheating, and that is a big deal for me because I'm in Northeast Texas, and it gets hot here, guys. I mean, for y'all in the Arkansas area, you know, Oklahoma, Ozarks area, and you know, just the area in Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, it gets hot and muggy, so I can't have my camera overheating every 10 minutes because you just wouldn't get anything done. By the time you get to filming real good and talking or whatever, it just overheat. Or filming you're driving or whatever it is you film. Now, I guess if you're filming inside, you know, in the AC, you wouldn't have the problem. You could probably put a fan on it or something like that to dissipate some heat. But out here doing what a GoPro is meant to be used for, outside, in the elements, that is just crazy to me that they put an item out on the market that gets that hot and overheats like that. But that's neither here nor there. It's the problems we're faced with. We just gotta kind of find a workaround for now until I can get another camera. So keep that in mind while you're shopping. The GoPro 10 overheats, but the lenses are replaceable. And you can even get different, like fisheye lenses. You can get different, multiple different optics for it. So, I mean, it's got its pros and cons, but, and I don't believe you can for the Insta360. I don't think they make different lenses for it. If they do, I haven't seen any. So, I didn't know they made them for the GoPro either till I went down the rabbit hole trying to replace that one. And then I was like, wow, I can just do all kinds of stuff. And actually there's another company, I don't have the name for them, but you can put like a Sony lens on your GoPro. They make a cage that your GoPro goes in that will hold a Canon or Sony or whatever lens you choose, and it makes it more like a real camera. Or professional camera, however you want to word that. So keep that in mind. But I will show y'all the program I use. It's inexpensive. The free version, all my videos, I've got what, 50 videos now out, I believe. All my videos has been used on DaVinci Resolve, all of them, and it was all on the free version. So I'll go get that going for y'all to see here in just a second. Alright guys, so this is DaVinci for the tablet. It's a little bit different than it is for a PC, the one I use, but I don't have the software to show y'all from my PC screen on how it works, but I'm just going to do a quick, again, little show or a little video on it. It's completely free, the DaVinci Resolve, and they've got DaVinci Resolve Studio that I want to say it's $2.99 or $3.99, I can't remember. And so far all my videos has been used with DaVinci Resolve, or made by DaVinci Resolve, the free version. You go up to media, and I just made a quick little video to show y'all. Alright, it pulls it down into your media over here, and you just drag it, well, if you can, drag it and drop it in your timeline. And hopefully I'm not bumping the camera too much. There you go. Hey guys, I'm filming this just to show you how the Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve program works, sort of. I use mine on a PC. There you go. Alright, so to do transitions and stuff, you can just cut it right there. Now you can see that it's two different films, and run up here to transition, and we like the dissolve, grab it and put it in between there like so, and then back there's your video head, and you can see everything. Program works, sort of. I use mine on a PC, this is on a tablet. And it did that little quick dissolve, software to share my screen on, being that it was a connected video. So it would look different if I just, there we go, let me back it up so there's a little difference. And we'll put cross dissolve on that. I like that one. And back her head up here. Take DaVinci Resolve program works is on a tablet.
Like that.
But yeah, that's all it's to it.
Share my screen on the PC. I mean, it gets a lot more in depth, or can. You got titles up here, like you see at the end of my videos. The scroll.
Just kind of give you a basic understanding of how it works.
Hold on, let me play with this real quick. There it is. There it is. All right, so color, we'll say red just to make it bright. Well, let's do bright red. Close it. All right. So like the scroll you see at the end of my videos and stuff. Click grabbing the wrong part. And that's how it works. I apologize. I'm not very proficient with the tablet version. I've got mine set up. It's very customizable. The PC version, I definitely suggest using it. You can move stuff around. You can put it on multi-monitors, and it just makes life a lot easier. Oh, there we go. We're clicking on the wrong thing. Let me click on this. Then you can center it, and now when you hit play, that's how it scrolls. And the more stuff you put in there, the faster to go, so you have to extend it out. Just little things. But yeah, it can get as simple or in as depth as you want it to. People make full-length movies with that program, with the studio version. It does have a lot more features, and like my sound quality is not where it should be. I know that, but I haven't. The studio version, you can go in there and edit your sound a lot more. Like you can take background noises out and stuff like that. And I just hadn't pulled the trigger on buying it yet. Like when I'm running down the road, you can hear the tires roaring. Well, in the studio version, you can go in and kind of quieten that down so you could hear me better. But again, I haven't paid for it yet, so bear with me. Like I said, I think I want to say it's $2.99 or $3.99. I can't remember. So it's working. So I don't see the point in spending that kind of money just yet. I might soon. I think I'd rather have another camera and just kind of work my way around the audio, because once we're on trail and stuff, it's not as bad anyway. So I can't see buying it just yet. A third camera, to me, would be a little more beneficial than the program, I think. So, but that's just my thoughts. But I think that's going to be the end of the video, guys. I really want to thank y'all for watching my content. Time is the most precious resource we have, and for you to spend it on my channel, it means a lot to me. It really does. I really do appreciate it, and I'm going to continue to try to get better and make better content for you guys. But if you have any questions, feel free to get down in the comments and ask. I'm constantly checking for comments. So again, I'm pretty much always bouncing around. Unless I'm on a trip, I'm pretty much always able to check and comment back. I try to do it as quick as I can. And check out our Discord. It'll be in the link. And Instagram, Facebook, and all the other little social medias out there. I'm trying to get a footprint on everything. Oh, TikTok too. I put some videos on there. Not as much as I probably should, but I do put videos on there as well. But again, guys, I appreciate you watching, and until next time, y'all have a good day.